financial governance in India. Before it used to just see Indian, and BCCI said everything is India. And that sort of became the spark that lit the fire for Indian cricket to grow to where it is today. I see something similar happening in esports as well. Uh, Fortunately, we have had set of the learnings from the BCCI to go forward in. Although let me come to you here. You know, there has been some success on the international level with Indian esports, right? We've seen India winning bronze at the championships, esports championships 2022. How can we build on this success to start preparing Indian athletes for global competition?
I think that winning bronze is also a very good title that we proper country to the country, and it's pride for our nation. Uh, it only makes esports more legit, and more than team did a very great job. I think that this will encourage parents to get to this children to get to esports and take this as a serious profession, not just a waste of time or paying.
Speaking to the people that live and breathe esports almost on a daily basis, right? Now, coming from a team management perspective, what kind of support structures do you think are crucial to help Indian teams like yours win international?
So I think as a team manager perspective, the biggest thing that even the private entity like us need to look at titles that are just pure prize pool and sponsorship PNF. I mean, like if you talk about esports organization like us or the thing, then when you look at approach, there are few good titles that pay really well for which sponsors pay really well, and we try to compete in them. Recently, we have the fortune sign of it when we are expanding globally because we have a slot of we and a chance to do something for Indian sport. So that is also in my perspective, and I think how we are going to do higher, especially later this year, is try to pick those titles which are actually there for the middle games. Because what we are doing right now is not all the games are not already going to make it into a middle sport. And there is a very generic problem in India. That's the thing which I think when Achyuta mentioned in the previous session. So definitely talented programs so talented programs will always continue to exist in India because I like certain event craft and etc. They will continue to do so. But what private entity like ours can do is sell them an ambition of being with us. So I think at a team management level, it's not about if we're talking about the medal for the country, it cannot be a very I would say repair अपनी बारे में सिर्फ सोच के कर सकते there has to be a collaborative effort where everyone comes together and at Essential we have work really close in hands and wherever we can provide an opportunity to try and scale to whatever level. I believe our organization is no longer an esports thing, it's a platform. It's a platform from which I if used very correctly, we can popularize esports. I'll come to the legitimacy part later, but just about popularizing the sport. So I think this is how we're gonna approach it for the next couple of years. Because like forget medal sports. Talking about PWC, the biggest problem that I'm facing right now is finding key talents for titles that Indians have never heard about. So that problem is actually a very long term problem that we have. Also, doubling on what Akshay said that India does not have a now problem, but we have a problem now that we don't know that we have nothing for the future. I think it's we could be good for the next 3 4 years, 10 years down the line. If I look as a team owner, as an esports evangelist, or someone who wants India to go ahead and get the sport information, I'm very scared. So yes, I think at team management level, we want to solve that.
Well, I think your worry is very practical here, right? Because as well-wishers for this industry and people that have been rigorously building in the space, it's easy to get caught up in the short-term ambitions. And of course, no doubt, it's fantastic that SCQL is now representing India at these sports. Right? But then, what, right? That's the question that's still way heavy in everyone's mind in this space. Neil, let me
Can I just jump into this, which is there? I'm so sorry to interrupt. The the challenge, and for again the audience here, some of the people who don't understand, esports is not a medal discipline. Like everyone thinks esports is a medal discipline. What is esports? I said no. Esports is like athletics, long jump, hammer throw, steeplechase, 100-meter dash. Which one are you talking about? BGMI, chess, Counter Strike, Street Fighter. Which game are you talking about here? At this year's World Cup, we have about what 22 titles. So that means there's 22 disciplines to win every season. Right? You will not win. There has never been a team that has won in every one. Ever. So which one will you win? Which one will you play? And which one will you build a roster for the next 5 years? That's his thought. Which is right. And games come and go. Like cycle them out. The tournament games that have been on planet Earth that have lasted more than 5 years of medal sports as one singular title, and maybe five. Counter Strike, Dota 2, Street Fighter, Tekken, PUBG. Right? And India BGMI would be the next one, which is difficult there. So the number of cycles that are on planet Earth that last longer than that. League of Legends, sorry, I forgot. Right? 6. So we have to be fighting the fight that is there. And as far as popularity goes, please understand, esports in the Olympics is something we can influence as a nation. We are the most populous nation. We can bring fan followings that no one. I think you have the second or the third highest fan following in the world.
Yeah.
In the world. Imagine the fan following, what can do. If there is such a big fan following, we can influence which sport will go to the Olympics. Now the question is, we need to use our fandom, our power as a country, get the titles we want in the Olympics. Now we just need those titles.
Agreed. And what you're saying is it's also the seminal moment for cricket, right? Australia versus South Africa or New Zealand, I believe long ago. Sorry, New Zealand won back then. Playing at Eden Gardens after India and Pakistan and everyone had already lost. Given 110,000 people to that stadium. That was the aha moment that we are an influential nation when it comes to sports signing. I think esports is having that moment today as well. I mean, let me come back to you, right? And you know, we've been caught up in this optimism. I wanted to understand how we channel this optimism now, given, you know, you talk about the importance of infrastructure and how Korea has 800,000 concurrent potential trainers. What else, right? What is the role of structured leagues, academies in building up many big games?
So the same with the international sports. The size of a structural league, yeah, it means the size of a dream. Yeah, you can do it. The young generation, can think about it. So, yeah, the structural league means many things. First of all, with a structural league, yeah, you can watch the top level play. And then also the structural league, a very well organized structural league is providing motivation to the prospect. They can see the top play and then they can doing well, and then also they can focus on their performance. And then also, if you have a structural league, then is you can take more investment. Yeah. And then also academy and then coaching. Academy coach, they are doing role of patching down their skill and then also mindset. The skill means not only about tactics and then strategy. It's also about kind of experience, winning mindset, and then especially sometimes even under big pressure, how can they overcome? How can they make the victory? So that kind of things can be only succeeded through academy and then coaching. So that means academy also must be very structured, like league. Yeah. So that kind of academy is now becoming more organized in Korea and then also in other region. Yeah. And then it's it's taking more prospects, yeah. And then it's taking more investment and then having more synergy with other industry. So if we can combine the structured league and academy and coaching system, yeah, they will drive your players, yeah, perform better, and then also eventually, yeah, being yeah, be a part of medalists and then standing up in the podium, yeah, not only in the local league but also the international league, even the mega sports events like Commonwealth game, Asian game, and then eventually Olympic game, yeah, and then there will be the biggest thing, yeah, we can do in these sports.
Agreed. You know, I think You're right when you say that a holistic infrastructure support and academy support then helps you compete in structured leagues. And without those structured leagues, players won't have the ambition to even participate in these, in academy and training programs. So, very valid points there. Uh, Raghunandan ji, let me come to you. Okay. Um, you've been, you had your eye on the sporting world for the longest time. What can esports learn from the development of traditional sports in the country? Are there any immediate lessons you can think of that we could take and start doing better?
I think anything you do, we have to have historical data. The historical data is what was like where we are. And the traditional sports where we were and what in Kerala, for example, we were the toppers that country up to a point of time. This last national game we went out 14. Now what happened? Where did it evolve? What happened to our village? So these studies have taken out in depth. Similarly, you say we are 140 billion country. Why are we not faring well in the Olympics? Why are we still falling? Why is China doing well? Why is Korea doing well? These are the studies which we have to really do. Thus, is it because are we not fit enough? Are we not capable of doing? We are. But here the studies have to be done with historical data and see where we said this, the mistake what we saw there, and probably we are seeing should not get repeated in sports. Like, when we say that the Americans say that, and the Americans say that we are much more forward in our mobile technology compared to the others. We get out of 4G and 5G when they still not so well. Similarly, we have got a head start. We started something about 5-6 years back, but it's not too far away. We have to do a lot of it. On this, we have to do a tire system. A tire system is we have to start from the grassroots level, go to the panchayat level, village level, district level, panchayat, and go up the tires, cities, go to each tire we have to take. So that will start graduating and make people aware and take to the next step. Then you need to make them aware what is the contract. Most of them don't know what you do. About the health, about the contracts they sign, or what is the future, what is the career path. All these will not know. So people just go in there because they just have that is the sport and they will take up the game. And the other thing which is very important is without money nothing moves. So how do you get sponsored? In what way? Yeah, do esports fall and comes under CSR funding? I don't know. Because we go and apply for CSR for the funding for esports because if they know you're not part of that candidate. So these are things which I think we do a lot of deep brainstorming. And for me, I strongly believe that the most important thing is getting the right coaches and getting the right referee. If you don't get the right coaches and train them up, and when coaches are the one, if a coach does a mistake, the whole mistake goes down and it crashes. So similarly, a referee, they can be being outside if the referee is not done. So how far can we get all this? All the ecosystems is what really make these things really work. So the traditional way of thinking definitely is a must, but the forward way of thinking and the way forward has to really be laid down very well. We're taking into reports from the class. Because you find that you look at the screen time, the average screen time these is 6 hours, 38 minutes. Out of which 2 hours is quality time. So how do you make this screen time positive for esports? How can we make esports eliminate away what is right from the screen time to something which is very productive? This is something I think we have to really begin.
Thank you. Akshat, I wanted to ask you, we talked about how Korea has such a solid infrastructure for churning out super athletes, right? Are there any public-private partnerships?
Video gaming not becoming massive is that when I go to and talk to someone and try to tell them कि मैं क्या करता हूँ, they will never listen. They will ultimately say they might not know about poker, but they would still think that we are, doing something that involves game. Will I have to pay to get my child in the event? Will I have to pay to participate in that event? So the problem with our industry right now is that it has not been legitimized in the correct way. And until that happens, whatever money we bring in, it's never going to get much. Whatever initiative, whatever platform we try to use, that, tier 3, tier 2 talent आएंगे ही हैं. And then that will happen. But then if we try to instill in the education system, will do it, but if the government does not say that esports is defined in a very correct way in terms of laws, in terms of banking, in terms of taxation, everything, if it's not established in a very concrete put down manner, not playing hide and seek over the years, 5 6 years. It's not gonna work like that. It has to be a put down. It has to be the next time we do the conclave, then we are celebrating the next few set of families. It's not us who have been just sitting here, trying to build esports. It will clear. Tell someone if clear the cities sitting here and talking about how the regions are like. So I think it's a very big policy problem. And I did not get the first question actually, if I could come on that.
Soft power. Tennis was very good to build soft power for me.
I think, see, we have had a certain level of impact already in terms of gaming. So, I would say esports is ultimately a, subset of gaming. So, yeah, somehow esports had an impact. But gaming wise, we are a pretty big market. The world knows. It's just that there are some inherent problems with the way Indians first see gaming in India being a mobile first market. Then we have had our own set of problems because games Indians want to play. And so I think we are more than just a soft power, but to be a little bit more dominant, we need to just give it a little bit more breathing space. I think just 5 6 years since the geo evolution, I think happens, we need to give it some more time.
Well said, Amish. Yes, I do share that.
Question, or one for you and one for Akshay. The first question is, we heard a lot of the panel speak about, you know, the Olympics and the games at the Olympics. But unlike other sports, eventually the actual sport, the actual title is owned by a private agent. Unlike a federation where they have a budget, they can invest money in actually growing the sport. The role of the publisher will be separate to the role of the federation, and there actually synergies there. So how does the publisher kind of work in that kind of structure in a country like India? That's question number one. Question number two to Akshat is, you spoke about us being a mobile sports hub, but the reality is that 8 out of the 10 mobile titles are banned in this country. So what is the going to do for that? Because without the games available here, no Indians can play those games and present. Right? So that's the second question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the question. Yeah, good question. Well, so yeah, part of for example, Olympic games. Yeah, let's say Olympic games. Yeah. So yeah, there's a two way. Yeah. Or the money. The first way is through federation like tourism sports, and the other way is working directly with the publisher. So now I think it's a middle process. Yeah. So the federation is is had advantage of fair play and their regulation, yeah, that kind of thing, operation. But they don't have a kind of ownership about game pads and then maintenance and which kind of a modified mode, yeah, customized for the that manner for the event. But publisher, they have a kind of a conflict of interest and then not only one publisher can have a various game. So there must be some kind of a realistic conflict. So now I believe we are including the publisher, including us and federation. Now we are going out, in the middle of that kind of process, and then maybe some kind of I just personally I predict some major country will more go like now Saudi Arabia, China, Korea, that kind of country is trying to do more role. And then I also believe India is one of our key stakeholders in this region, and there has one of the biggest population of the gaming industry. So I personally predict India also will do the more role both on based on and also hopefully as a publisher in the near future or even now.
CEO of ICC in that committee, and there was it's still a charter from Commonwealth Secretariat that sports is a vehicle for youth empowerment, which includes all this drug and crime and all these things. And then later on it was adopted by the United Nations also. Anyway, this was with my nasty question, I have a granddaughter And I always tell her, please don't use a mobile telephone. Be away from this psychedelic pictures, which affect your mind. Okay? Now, what I want her to do, go out.
Sir, if you may.